we have the pleasure of opening up with Christiaan Bezuidenhout from South Africa. As I mentioned, he is inside of the top 30 right now in FedEx Cup points as we are on the threshold. 10 professional wins to his credit. 3 of those were on the DP World Tour. He's currently 22nd in those FedEx Cup points, as mentioned, 45th in the official World Golf rankings. He played in the 2022 International President's Cup team, and there's so much more that I want to go through with him, namely the season that he's had so far. 11 top 25s, including a runner-up, the American Express. He also represented South Africa at those Olympic Games in Paris. I want to ask him about that. He finished 16th. He's currently 10th in the International President's Cup standings, just to finish up on that, which I mentioned. So let's start out with Christiaan. Christiaan, how are you? Welcome.
Morning. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Pleasure to have you on the show. Okay, I want to start with the Olympics first of all. What was it like to be in France? What was it like to be representing South Africa? What is the buzz there and feeling like?
Yeah, it was amazing. It's always a pleasure representing your country anywhere in the world you go. But to do it at a stage, at the Olympic Games, was really special, and the fans and the spectators that came out to watch us that week, it was like 50,000 people a day. Nobody expected so many people to come out and watch us. So yeah, it was a really special Olympics, and something that I'll treasure for a long time.
Now, I mentioned when I was introducing you, Christiaan, that you're playing really well right now. To what would you credit the play that you have? Is it just a natural ascension, or has there been something that you're working on? Where would you put it?
Yeah, I think it's just every golfer just trying to get better every day, every week. And I've been working hard on my game over the last 2-3 years. Since I've been joining the PGA Tour, as soon as I got to the PGA Tour, you just saw that how much work and effort everybody's putting in, and if you're not going to do the same thing, you're going to fall behind. So I've been really stepping up every aspect of my game, working hard. So it's nice to see all the hard work's paying off, and yeah, it's nice to have having a good season so far.
Your pathway into signature events, which have given you the stage, given you the opportunity to get to where you are right now in FedEx Cup points and getting ready for the playoffs, you were able to utilize the Aon Next 10, the Aon Swing 5, these programs that are intended to provide you with the opportunity that if you're not already otherwise exempt, this gets players into these events who are showing the best form at the time. That Next 10 that I was just talking about, top 10 members in FedEx Cup standings not otherwise exempt, precise qualification, tournament dependent, and the Swing 5, top 5 FedEx Cup points earners not exempt, points accumulated between the signature event. So I guess the first question I would have for you, Christiaan, is how do you think the system worked relative to that for you, one who benefited from it?
Yeah, obviously for someone like me, really well, because I played my way into all the signature events. I didn't have a great season last year, so I went through some swing changes and stuff. So I finished like 105th on the FedEx Cup end of the season. Not into any of the FedEx elevated events, So I got off to a strong start. Beginning of the season, at second place finish at the American Express, and then I just I played my way into all this signature events for the rest of the year. So definitely for me, I benefited well from that, and I think it's a great system for the guys to play their way into the elevated events. That's playing well in between elevated events to give them that opportunity to also play elevated events and rack up more FedEx points. Because we've actually seen this year, it was almost like two separate schedules that a lot of the guys played. So it was nice to have been into all the elevated events. But yeah, starting the year off, it was a little bit unknown of what I have to do to play my way into the elevated events. But I got off to a strong start, and yeah, it was nice to eventually play all of them.
You mentioned that you were working on something with your golf swing. If I may, could you talk to us about what you were working on and what's working out?
So actually, with a new coach last year, we went through a lot of swing changes and stuff, and we unfortunately parted ways in February, and I started with a new coach, Jamie Garth, also a South African guy. He's been out on tour for many years. Yeah, we just we just try to simplify things a little bit more. It just felt last year that I got really technical in my swing, and I was trying to get too perfect with all the stuff um, that I've been doing, and yeah, Jamie and I we've just been working on trying to start the ball online better, and I I mainly like to eat fades, so just start the ball a little bit left off the target and fade it back. So yeah, we really simplified things a lot, and yeah, it's worked out for me. So.
Christiaan, the last time that you and I were together was at Arthur Blank's event. And folks, Arthur Blanks is the man that started Home Depot. He owns the Falcons, PGA Tour Superstore, the TGL team out of Atlanta. He's part of the Strategic Sports Group that invested in the PGA Tour more. And Mr. Blanks is very upfront about his stuttering issue that he's dealt with his entire life. And he wants kids who are maybe dealing with that same challenge or otherwise to know that they can get by in this world, that they can aspire to their hopes and their dreams. And Christiaan's story, which I'm sure most of you probably know, is a 2-year-old picked up a can of soda and started to drink it. It had rat poison in it, and as a result of that, it impacted his entire nervous system, and the stuttering resulted from that. But Christiaan, as we talked about that day that you and I were together last, and especially today, because as we're speaking, you're in roughly 100 million homes around the globe live. Somewhere there's someone that's dealing with something that to see you and to see you achieve what you have at the highest tiers of golf and athletics, it's going to inspire them to achieve their dreams. How cognizant are you of that, and what responsibility do you feel to impart to them words of inspiration, either through your actions or through opportunities to speak directly, such as this?
Yeah, I mean, it's something very close to me, close to my heart, that I always want to inspire people through what I'm doing, and it also took me a while to accept uh, the fact that I stutter, and that I'm different than a lot of other people, but yeah, it just really my support system, the belief in everybody around me, and just the mind shift that I made of this is who I am, and my stuttering is not gonna affect me, and I'm going to use it to inspire people all around the world, and and yeah, like you said, there's a lot of people that's going through a lot of stuff on a daily basis, and if I can help, um, if it's just one one person, it's an amazing achievement for me of what I've been through, and what I've been dealing with over the last 30 years. So yeah.
It's incredible, and it is truly inspiring. And I guarantee you are reaching people that need to hear something, that message, right now. How excited are you about the prospect of another President's Cup, and how much are you keeping your eye on those points?
Yeah, I mean, the President's Cup a couple of years ago was my first one. What an amazing tournament, an amazing experience. Yeah, I'm definitely having my eye on that on that standings on a weekly basis. So uh, 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 hopefully I can play well over this next 2 3 weeks and play my way into the President's Cup. So it's definitely in the back of my mind every week I'm playing. So, but yeah, what an amazing experience it was. And this year we have Mike Weir as captain, a Canadian guy in Canada. So it's going to be the Canadian fans all around the world are really really special. And like you guys can see on the list there's quite a few Canadian guys in the hunt as well. So yeah, um, hopefully I can make that side, and yeah, it's going to be a really special week.
Christiaan, we're wishing you for a very special week going forward, the next three, before we even get into the President's Cup and more. I can tell you, you made a lot of fans today, and we very much appreciate your time, my friend.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.